Oh, hi, it's Randy Kelly. I'm trying to cut off my hair. My hair looks like shit. I just woke up. I was like, let's film this video. Fuck showering, fuck getting ready. Who cares? This video is about Scream. It's Scream Week. Okay, so I'm young, but I'm not a spring chicken. I've been around when 4, 5, and 6 of Scream came out in the theater, and I went to the theater with friends. Shout out to Kevin for getting me this. It says, "Kiss me." Isn't this so cute? Thank you, Kevin. And he gave me a card that was very meaningful and adorable. If you're not familiar, Scream has 6 movies, and the 7th one is coming out on Friday. I have seen every single Scream movie probably 65 times. Like, I always say that about movies. I've seen it so many times. Well, when I like something, I watch it over and over and over, not in the same day, not in the same week, but over my lifespan. Fuck yeah. I remember my sister showing me Scream on VHS. That's how old I am. VHS tapes were a thing. It was on a tape, and we watched it in the dark, and I was so scared, but I had so much fun. It was such an exciting feeling, and I know my mom didn't want me to be watching that. She was like, "Why are you showing Randy that?" By the way, there's a Randy in this film franchise, and he is a fan favorite. That is such an honor that I have the same name. I share a name. It's so funny because he's a movie buff. He's kind of nerdy. I wouldn't say I'm nerdy, but I'm a movie buff, just like Randy in the Scream movies, and we're both named Randy. And unfortunately, this is gonna have spoilers. Randy does die in Scream 2. He's just like comedic relief, and he's like humble, basically. He's not a dick like most of the men in the Scream franchise. He's just kind of dorky and lovable. So yes, I have vivid memories of going to see Scream 4 with a big group of friends in high school. Then Scream 5, I went with Shelly. Scream 6, I went with Shelly. Shelly was pregnant for Scream 5, and we couldn't, this was during COVID, and they wouldn't let you in unless you had your vaccination card. So they literally wouldn't let us in because she didn't have 2 of her vaccinated. You needed 2, she only had 1. So we had to go to a bumblefuck theater that I've never been to. It was like in the middle of nowhere, and to see Scream 5. But I used to dress up as Ghostface for Halloween. Like, Scream is very sentimental and special to me. That franchise, I think out of any horror franchise, even over Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, I think it's the most significant to my heart and to me. I think a lot of horror fans just kind of think it's like, okay, it's very basic, it's just a slasher. Well, I love a good fucking slasher. I love a slasher, and I think Scream is the ultimate slasher. I feel like every slasher is copying Scream. It's the original. It's the originator. It's like the iconic. I also think the whodunit aspect of it is interesting. Like, you never know who the killer is the first time you see it. It's like you never get that experience again, because after you see it once, you know who the killer is moving forward. But it's always a mystery, like who's behind the mask. Every other slasher, you know who the killer is for the most part. You know, it's Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees or whoever the fuck. You always know the killer. It's always some mystical being that never gets killed, never dies. It's like Michael Myers, you can shoot him, behead him, whatever, he still comes fucking back. That's not real. This is just a real person that's wearing a costume and a mask, and at the end, you discover who this person is. It's a horror film with mystery, and there's always a lot of gore, but it's not excessive where you feel sick. I've never felt like, oh my god, Scream, tone it down. No, if anything, I was like, bring more. Like, also, these films just have really good writing. They're witty. They have interesting lines. They tend to have witty comedic lines that are, sometimes they're memorable lines too. I feel like the Scream franchise has more memorable lines to me than a lot of the other franchises. Like, I also feel like if you're not the biggest horror fan, it's like the perfect franchise for you because they're not overly scary. They're kind of funny, like I said. Yeah, there's blood, but it's not that bad. Depending on the movie, some vary, but my mother and my sister who do not enjoy horror films, they can handle the Scream movies. Like, to them, those are like, oh, okay, it's Scream. This is the sister that will never forgive me for taking her to see Smile 2. She was dying. She had to leave the theater because that film is really intense and crazy, right? She was like, oh my god, I want to go see Scream 7 with you. And I was like, well, I'm going to go with somebody, but I'll go with you after. The fact that she wants to go see Scream 7 is saying something. That's funny to me. She will not go see horror films for the most part. Okay, so let me shut the fuck up, get to the point of the video. The point of this video is Scream 7 comes out in 5 days. So we need to rank the Screams, in my humble opinion. I am going to be ranking the Scream films in my opinion, and they fluctuated over the years. I used to like certain ones that I don't like as much now. It's just switched up. A perfect example of this is when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Scream 3 for some reason. I loved Scream 3. That was my go-to. That was my favorite. I liked it more than 1, more than 2. As an adult, after rewatching, no, it's not my favorite. As an intelligent human being, you're kind of like, okay, that can't be your favorite. I mean, it could be, it can be. Someone in the world likes Scream 3 out of all of them, but no, that's somebody's favorite in the world, and I'm not saying you're unintelligent. I'm saying for me, like, no. Personally, for me, the 2 newest Screams that have come out within the past, like, 3-4 years, Those are on the low end of the spectrum for me. I don't like those or enjoy those as much as the previous ones. They're on the low end of the totem pole. Those are the ones with like Jenna Ortega, Melissa Barrera. I don't love those as much as I like the previous four. I would say my least favorite Scream film as of right now is Scream 5. It's literally called Scream. I don't know why they did that. Like, that's so stupid. It's called Scream just like the original is called Scream. I don't really have an explanation why I don't enjoy it as much. I mean, Sydney's still in that one. Sydney was not in Scream 6, so she's no longer part of Scream 6. She is coming back for Scream 7, so welcome back, Sydney. You know what a lot of it comes down to? I don't find Scream 5 memorable. Like, I remember some scenes, and I've seen it many times. It's been out for like years now. I feel like it's the least memorable of the whole franchise. I thought the acting was kind of bad. Like, not the original characters, some of the new characters, these teenagers, I thought their acting was atrocious. Like, seriously, there's one girl in particular, I was like, how the fuck did she get this job? Like, she's terrible. Like, and there's also one killer, I just don't like her at all. One of the killers was the most unlikable killer out of all 6 films. I have never disliked a killer more than this killer in Scream 5. I was like, you are so annoying. I thought the opening was really lame. It could have been so much better. It was kind of a copycat of the first Scream, but nowhere near as good or iconic at all. It didn't make sense. People surviving, that doesn't make sense. Seriously. This is also the movie they killed off Dewey, which is unfortunate. He's not like my favorite character in the world, but I know he's beloved by fans, and that's unfortunate. And also, I felt like his death could have been so much crazier and cooler and more memorable. I don't even remember his death that much. Like, I do now because I've rewatched it. If you're going to kill off an iconic character that's been there from the beginning, you have to make it like really memorable, right? I didn't even remember how he died until I rewatched the movie. I remember that. I was like, wait, how'd he die again? Like that's pathetic. I should be remembering this. He's like a legendary character in this franchise, so that's stupid. And then a lot of the deaths, I just felt like they didn't show more. They could have shown more. They happened so fast. One in particular happened so fast, and I was like, okay, well, that was lame. So I just felt like that was a letdown. The deaths were a letdown. The opening was a letdown. The killer was a letdown. I just didn't love that one. So in 5th place is Scream 6. Now, when I first saw it, I did like it. However, I've rewatched it, and I don't like it as much as I thought I did. I think I was just so excited to see it, and I was like, oh, it's amazing. It's Scream. I love it. But no, I don't love it as much as I thought I did. This is the first movie to take place in New York, because they're in college in New York. I thought that was cool and creative, but, you know, I don't know. I think the problem is I don't really like these characters for some reason. These, like, it's called a Core 4. It's the dumbest name ever. And it's like these 4 characters that I'm just not the biggest fan of any of them, and I'm not on board for those characters. I felt more of a connection with the previous characters in like the first 4. This one is more memorable to me than Scream 5 was. So to me, that gives it more points, because I'm like, okay, I hate when you can't remember movies. I'm like, I have a good memory when it comes to movies. I remember things, and it's like, if I can't remember it, that's saying something. So I thought the opening of Scream 6 was more interesting than Scream 5. However, the killer reveal, there's a lot of killers in this one. There's 3 killers, and I thought they were so stupid. I was like, wait, and the motive for it was dumb. I just thought the whole killer aspect of Scream 6 was like the worst, was the downfall of Scream 6. I did enjoy the ending though. I thought there was like a lot of action happening in the ending, which was fun, but I didn't like the killers once again. But I will say, when I saw this in the theater, that scene where they had to crawl across, like, they're over an alley and they're on the ladder and they're crawling, I had the worst anxiety, and then Ghostface starts shaking that shit. Oh my God, I wanted to piss myself. I was like, like I wanted to die, because I was like, no pun intended, but I wanted to pee because I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna piss myself. This is so anxiety inducing. So that's number 5, but once again, I don't hate it. I love all of them. So none of these are bad. It's just, I'm ranking them. Now in 4th place is Scream 3, which is so sad to me because I used to love that one, and I still love it. It's so entertaining, but it's, you know, it's not the best one. I feel like out of all 6 Scream films, this is the goofiest one, which is not always bad. It's just, you can't take it seriously in the same way you could the first 2 coming before it. It's so over the top goofy to me, and like funny and comedic. And I saw a YouTuber compare to like Scary Movie, the spoof of Scream. They were like, this almost felt like it was Scary Movie, like it was spoofing Scream. And you know, because it's still scary, it's still gory. I don't know if I agree with that. It didn't feel like a spoof to me, but it's definitely like goofier than the rest. It also had a different writer. There's this man named Kevin Williamson. He wrote 1, 2, 4, probably 5 and 6. I'm not really sure, but he's going to be directing 7. He's never directed a Scream, so I'm excited because he's directing the newest one. However, he did not have anything to do with Scream 3, so I feel like maybe that's where it changed. That was the tone difference. Overall, it's fun. It's just the dumbest one. I would say it's the dumbest one. They're in Los Angeles in this one, which I enjoyed that. I love LA. I love Cali, last name, but it's just kind of silly. In 3rd place is Scream 4. I love Scream 4. I think this is the one I've rewatched the most times for some reason. This one is always on TV. I always end up watching this one, and I feel like everyone that I know has seen this one the most times too. Like my best gay friend loves Scream 4, especially because of the killer. The killer is is fucking funny. I'm sorry. She's funny. It's hard to explain, but the killer who's being serious is like funny without trying to be funny. She's just like a crazy bitch. It's hilarious. I thought this had the most creative opening of all 6 films. It's like a movie within a movie within a movie. It's so weird in the moment. You were like, wait, what the fuck is happening? In some scenes, this feels like the goriest one. There's one death in particular that is so overly gory. I've never seen a death in a Scream film be that over the top, like bloody. I was like, whoa, that's a lot of blood. Also, I just feel like the characters are likable. They're funny. They're fun. There's a lot of good actors in this one. This was 11 years after the previous one, so I think this was a really exciting time for a new Scream to come out. Also, this is where they introduced Hayden Panettiere, who's Kirby, which I love her in Scream 4. I mean, she's in Scream 6 as well, but she's not as great. Like in Scream 4, she's like the best character. She's like Randy, but she is literally the female Randy, which I prefer females in general, so I'm on board for it. She's like a movie buff, knows everything about movies, and I think she's really pretty in that movie. She's super tan, has this very short haircut. I actually thought she was a lesbian when I first saw her. No shade, I'm gay, I'm allowed to say that, but I was like, is she a lesbian in this movie? Now in second place is Scream 2. I gotta say, it's pretty fucking iconic. Scream 2 from 1997 is just one of those movies that you're like, oh my god, it reminds me of childhood. The opening scene is iconic. I think it's the most iconic opening in the Scream franchise. I don't know, maybe one is, but Scream 2, that is such an interesting thing because it takes place in a movie theater. Like these deaths take place in a movie theater. You don't see that in horror films. I think the opening is actually scary. I'm sure people for the first time seeing it would be scared of the opening. I also think the ending's like a lot of fun. Like when the killers are revealed and they're fighting, I think the ending's pretty great too. So in Scream 1, Sydney is in high school. Now she's in college in Scream 2. So it's just kind of a fun atmosphere. It's on a college campus. It's one of those iconic films. I can't rank it lower in this list. Are you kidding? No, Scream 2 is a good one. Also, I will say Gal Weathers, aka Courtney Cox, this is the one where I think she looks the most attractive out of any of the films. Scream 3, can we talk about the bangs? Everyone knows those bangs are, like, what the fuck were they thinking? I think everyone looks more attractive, actually. I think Sydney looks prettier in Scream 2. I think Gal looks prettier in Scream 2. She's got, like, these red highlights, and with her blue eyes, it's like they're, like, beaming, and she just looks gorgeous in this one. Scream 3, she did not look good, and then by Scream 4, she had all this work done on her face, so she just looks like a different bitch. And finally, number 1 spot, Scream 1, or Scream as they call it. So this movie is just, it changed history. I'm sorry, maybe you don't agree with me. I think it fucking changed history in horror, in life, in whatever. Everyone knows the Scream mask, you know what I mean? It's like, everyone's seen the Ghostface mask. Everyone's like aware of it. You've either seen Ghostface, heard about Scream, you've heard about something, or you've seen Scary Movie, which is the spoof of it, which gives you an indication what Scream's about. So I feel like everyone has an idea of Scream. It's changed life. Like, it blows my mind when people tell me they've never seen one movie. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, so the opening of the original Scream, it's just like historical. It's Drew Barrymore, first of all. Spoiler alert, she dies, okay? It's pretty well known at this point. This movie has been around for like 25 years, 30 years, but people didn't know she was gonna die. She was the main person on the poster for the film. They thought she was gonna be the main character. Plus, she was a big star at that time. They thought, this is the main bitch. Then when she dies, people were shook because everyone thought she'd be the main character. You don't expect the main character to die in the opening, and she dies pretty brutally, girl. Like, that's like the one death that kind of will give you nightmares. I mean, her hanging from the tree, I'm like, she looks crazy. Like, it was like, even as an adult, that's still a disturbing death. Like, that's wild to see her hanging like that. So I was like, oh my god, that's gonna give me nightmares. Also, the garage scene with Rose McGowan, that's one of the best deaths in horror too. That death is wild. It's just such a classic. When you're watching it, you know in your head, you're like, I am watching a classic right now. It's like watching the original Halloween, which they reference a lot in this movie. They literally have Halloween playing on the TV at a certain point in this movie. I mean, it just had to be number 1 on the list. I couldn't say anything otherwise. And it's got the jump scares, it's got the gore, but not too much gore. It's got the funny one-liners. It's just got it all. Good characters. I mean, Scream, if you want to have fun, watch Scream. And if you haven't seen it by now, what the fuck are you doing? So these are my rankings of the Scream films. I'm really hoping that number 7 is high on my list once I see it. I don't know. Based on trailers, you can't always tell. I feel like they're not trying to reveal too much, hopefully. Hopefully there's a lot more they haven't shown in the trailer, because I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I have a lot of faith. These films never really disappoint me. I've never walked out of a Scream film and been like, I didn't like that, I hate that, I'm never watching that again. I don't feel that way. For 6 movies, I don't feel that way. So I have faith in it. So we shall see what happens. Sydney, I'm excited for you. What's your favorite scary movie? So me and Ghostface are gonna go, but until next time, I'll talk to you soon.